Hi guys, Miss Pfankuch here. We're going to talk about multiplying by 5 today. So we're going to start here, and ours says we will learn how to skip count by 5s. We'll use this to help us solve multiplication problems and to help us solve problems we might see in our everyday lives. So maybe you've seen something like this, or this, or this, or this, hopefully around, and we'll figure out how multiplying can help us answer questions about those things. We've talked before about how we can use multiplication by drawing equal groups. For example, I might have 5 equal groups, and inside each group, I have 6 dots. We could think about this as jelly beans, maybe, or beads, or people. But in each of my circles, I'm going to draw 6 dots. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this problem, I'm saying that I have 5 groups, and in each group, there are 6 dots. To find out my product, my total number, I'm going to need to count all of those green dots. It's going to take me a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Whew. All right, that took me a little bit of time. But thankfully, there's a faster way to solve multiplication problems when they have a 5. All righty. So let's think about this problem here. 5 times 4. All right. In this problem, I'm saying I have 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in each group, I have 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I count all those up, I see I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 total. But we learned before that in multiplication, our numbers can be reversed, and that'll give us the same answer. So let's look at it this way. Instead of 5 times 4, now I'm going to say I have 4 groups of 5. Let's see how that would look. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. In each group, I have 5. Now is where we're going to learn our trick we're using today for multiplication, and that's skip counting by 5s. So instead of counting every dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to take a while. I'm going to skip count by 5s to help me. So 5, 10, 15, 20 total dots. So instead of counting every single one, we can use count by 5s to help us solve these multiplication problems. Let's look at another one. Let's this time think about, let's do 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. So I can use any different strategies to help me, but for this one, I'm going to use 3 groups. And in each group, I'm going to put 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, instead of counting all of them, I'm just going to be able to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. 3 times 5 is 15. And 5 times 3 is also 15, because we can reverse those. We're going to watch a quick video about how multiplication is easier when we count by 5s. Alrighty. Alrighty, so let's go back and look at what does it look like to count by fives. In the video, we saw that all multiples of 5 end with a 5 or a 0. So 5 ends with a 5, 10 ends with a 0, 15 ends with a 5, 20 ends with a 0, 25 ends with a 5, 30 ends with a 0. So any times we do 5 times something, we can check and make sure we got it right by seeing if we have a 5 or a 0 at the end of our answer. Let's go ahead and look at some problems and see if we're ready to solve it using skip counting. Alrighty, our first one is 5 times 7. To get that, one way I might do that is holding on my fingers, putting up 7, and counting by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5 times 7 is 35. There we go. Let's look at the next problem. The next problem we have is 5 times 5. Sorry. For this one, I might use my fingers again, and this time put up 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5 times 5 is 25. Very good. The next one, I'm going to think about maybe 3 circles. Here's one group of 5, 2 groups of 5, 3 groups of 5, 5, 10, 15. Another way we can count by 5. Let's do one more, 2 more together, almost there. This one again, I'm going to use my fingers to help me. 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I can count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. 4 times 5 is 20. One more. Oops. And for this last one, now we have 10 groups of 5. So I'm going to use all my fingers this time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let me count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 10 times 5 is 50. So using our fingers and skip counting, that's one way we can do these problems until we have them all memorized. What's important? Some things like 3s and 7s and 9s we don't see as often in the real world as we do with the number 5. So here are some different places you maybe have already used skip counting by 5 to help you find a total. The first one might be with money. And here I have $5, a $5 bill, which is worth $5. And we're going to get some extra money here. Now I have 2 $5 bills. Whoops, it disappeared. 5, 10, 15, 20. So using skip counting, I can count these a little easier and say 5, 10, 15, 20. I can also show this as a multiplication problem. So this might look like $4 bills, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each dollar bill is worth $5. And our total is $20. But it's not just bills that we're looking at. We can also think about nickels. A nickel is worth, yep, you guessed it, 5 cents for a nickel. Nickels can look a little bit different ways. A nickel might look like this, or the newer ones look a little bit like this. But all of these are worth 5 cents. So if I look at, I have 1, 2, 3 nickels. And each nickel is worth 5 cents, so I'm going to count by 5. 5, 10, 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Another time you might use fives to help you skip count is your fingers and toes. I hope all of us have 5 fingers on each hand and 5 toes on each foot. So we could use this to help us. We have 4 limbs, and each limb has 5 fingers or toes. So total we have 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 fingers and toes. Another way you maybe seen it before is in tally marks. Sometimes when we play a game, you might use tally marks to keep score. So if we're playing a game, and we're going to have Team Blue over here. Team Blue scored lots of points during the basketball game. When we make tally marks, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th one's always crossed. They scored lots of points. So each of these is worth 5 points. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total complete tally marks. And if I want to skip count by 5 to figure that out, it would look like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They scored 30 total points. You guys are doing awesome, keeping up. Keep it up. This is our last one, talking about telling time. This is also one of the trickiest. We can use times 5 to help us with telling time also. We've got this really big clock right here. On a clock, we have 2 types of lines. We have a shorter hand and